There was a book lying near Alice on the table, and while she sat watching the king, for she was still a little anxious about him, she had the ink all ready to throw over him in case he fainted again. She turned over the leaves to find some part that she could read. For it's all in some language I don't know, she said to herself. It was like this. Now, if you look at this next piece of text, it doesn't make any sense. So you have to turn it around, and you might actually want to write it out. Like it's backwards, so the words are all backwards. So you might want to write them forward. So Jabberwocky. You can see that spells Jabberwocky. All right, so you can actually start with the right to the left. Usually read left to right, but this is all backwards, so I could take the time and change it around right here. I'm going to try just to give it a read and see if I can get through it. So, Jabberwocky. 'Twas Brillig and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. So this is a lot of nonsense words, so I probably should write it, but I'll do this. Maybe I'll write it after. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the mome wraths out grabe. She puzzled over this for some time, but at last a bright thought struck her. Why, it's a looking-glass book, of course. And if I hold it to a glass, the words will all go the right way again. So it's some sort of backwards mixed-up. So here we go. This was the poem that Alice read. So, okay, maybe I don't have to write it. If it's already going to be here, great. But look, it still doesn't make any sense because it's nonsense words. But, all right. 'Twas brillig and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the mome wraiths outgrabe. It's definitely easier to read forward. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the Jubjub bird, and shun the frumious Bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand. Long time the Max the gnome foe he sought. So rest he by the Tumtum tree, and stood awhile in thought. And as in uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes aflame came whiffling through the tugly wood and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through the vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went galumphing back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. O frabjous day, callooh, callay, he chortled in his joy. 'Twas brillig and the slithy toves did gyre gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the mome wraiths outgrabe. Seems very pretty, she said when she had finished it, but it's rather hard to understand. You see, she didn't like to confess, ever to herself, that she couldn't make it out at all. Sometimes it seems to fill my head with ideas, and I don't exactly know what they are. However, somebody killed something, that's clear at any rate. But oh, Alice thought, suddenly jumping up, if I don't make haste, I shall have to go back through the looking-glass before I've seen what the rest of the house is like. Let's have a look at the garden first. She was out of the room at the moment and ran down the stairs. Or at least it wasn't exactly running, but a new invention of hers for getting downstairs quickly and easily. As Alice said to herself, that's pretty funny. I've seen kids go downstairs pretty funny ways, right? They jump, they slide, they crawl, they swing. There's lots of different things that they can do when they're going down the stairs. So that's what Alice did when she was going down the stairs, quickly and easily, as she said to herself. It's her new invention. But just kept the tips of her fingers on the handrail and floated gently down, without even touching the stairs with her feet. Well, that's not hard for kids. Then she floated on through the hall and would have gone straight out the door in the same way if she hadn't caught hold of the doorpost. She was getting a little giddy with so much floating in the air, and was rather glad to find herself walking again in a natural way. All right, and then next time we'll start with chapter